They said we controlled the river. Anyone who'd ridden it at night knew that was a lie. I was on a PBR petrol boat, river in the Mekong Delta, 1,970. Fiberglass boat, twin diesels, twin .50 seconds up top, M60 on the bow. 4 of us. Red, the boat captain. Jenkins on the 50s. NGO, our Vietnamese liaison. And me up front with the M60 and a spotlight. One evening, after a day of boarding fishing boats and finding more rice than rifles, Red said, "Intel says they're moving stuff on the East Branch after dark. We'll sit on that bend and see who shows up." The East Branch was a narrow hook of river, trees leaning over it like a tunnel. At night, the water turned black and the banks vanished. After sunset, we went in slow, engines barely above idle. We taped anything that rattled, killed all white light, and set up on the outside of a bend, bow pointed upstream. River quiet isn't silence. You hear water slap the hull, insects, branches dragging. You lie on the bow with your cheek on hot fiberglass, M60 ready, listening for the wrong sound. Eventually, it came. Thunk. Splash. Thunk. Pull on wood. No engine. Nangio tapped my boot and pointed. Red checked the starlight scope. "Small sampan," he said quietly. "Low in the water. 2 guys. No nets. Could have been fishermen. Could have been something else. On that stretch, odds were bad." "Bowman, I want 2 seconds of light," Red said. 2. Then dark. The pole sound grew louder. I could feel my pulse in my fingers. "Now," he whispered. I hit the spotlight 1 too and killed it. In that flash, I saw everything I needed. A narrow sampan riding too low. 1 man at the stern with a pole. 1 in the bow holding something long, not a net. A mound of covered crates in the middle. The man in front turned his head toward us, already moving. "Contact front," I shouted. I didn't wait to see what he was reaching for. I walked a burst from the M60 straight through the boat. The night erupted. Jenkins hammered the twin 50s, tracers lashing across the water. The middle of the sampan went up with a dull hump. Not fuel, not fish. Explosives. A K-fire spat back from both banks, wild and high at first. Muzzle flashes flickered in the foliage. "Port side," Jenkins yelled. "Left bank, bow," Red snapped. I swung the gun and raked the tree line in short bursts, aiming just behind the flashes. The 50s chewed into mud and trees, chunks flying. Then Ngio pointed ahead. Something in the water. A dark shape drifted toward us, too square for a body. "Float mine or crate?" I yelled. "Hard starboard." Red spun the wheel. We slid past it by a few feet. Ngio tossed a flare behind us. In red light, we saw it. A wooden box strapped to fuel cans. Crude floating mine. "That would have ruined our whole night," Jenkins muttered. Once we were past the ambush point, the fire tapered off. They weren't set up to chase. Just hit and vanish. Red backed off the throttles. "Ammo check," he said. "Nobody leaking? Good. We're going back." "Back?" I asked. "We're not leaving a live mine drifting," he said. "And I want to know what they were hauling." We turned around, slower this time. We found the mine again and nudged it to the bank with a line, leaving it grounded for EOD. Then we eased toward what was left of the sampan splinters, dark shapes in the water. A half-sunk crate bumped our hull. Jenkins and I hooked it and dragged it aboard. Heavy. We pried it open. Mortar rounds. Under them, sealed tins of rice. NGO opened a smaller box we'd snagged, a bundle of papers, lists, notes. The kind of nothing Intel guys love. We took what we could reach without kissing the bank and backed out of the branch into wider water. Only when the bend was behind us did my hands start shaking. I dropped my cigarette twice before I could light it. "You saw them first," NGO said quietly. "Better us than some other boat." Later, tied up under base lights and generator hum, an officer with clean boots called it a successful interdiction and moved on. Lying in my rack, I kept seeing that 2-second flash. Low boat, heavy cargo. Two silhouettes who thought the night was theirs until it wasn't. People ask what scared me more, jungle or river. The jungle felt big. You could, in theory, move around danger. On brown water at night, you were always on a line, hull outlined against the dark, telling everyone with a rifle or a wire in the water, here I am. We weren't just hunting. We were bait that shot back.